guys, thank you for watching another episode of Distance Learning with Coach 2. In this video, we're going to be going over chapter 6.2.5, just the key points in the problem, so not every single problem. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. We don't have to do the first one. Cross it out, skip it, and move on. Alright, let's go ahead and get started on the first problem, 6-120. The first problem is a parallelogram, which is like a rectangle. Remember, it's a rectangle on a windy day. And then the second one is a trapezoid. There are two bases. 1, 2. And then the last thing I want to remind you is that you are not to use the diagonal side, which is this right here, or this one right here, as the height. Many of you tend to do that, but remember, it is not the height. We don't use the diagonal side. If you have any questions on finding the area, you can always go through your notes or look up a YouTube video on how to find the area for these two shapes. Problem 6-121. Before you start, you want to label everything on the outside. So this right here, this right here, this right here. I'm going to continue to color code this to help you out because I'm nice. Okay, if you take a look at it, I did redraw this picture because this unit tile is in the way. And to make this a little easier, I redrew it so that that unit tile is scooted all the way down to the bottom right here. So this is not a complete x side, it is really x minus 1. When you have everything labeled, go ahead and start by doing letter A, which is the perimeter, which is called the outside. And then part B is to find the area, which is the inside. Do not forget that when you are done, and if possible, you want to simplify your expressions by combining like terms. 6-122. Evaluate each expression for the given variable. Use parentheses when substituting, switching the numbers with the variables. So here is an example, letter A. And parentheses, as I mentioned, super duper important. That way it doesn't look like 34. Instead, it looks like 3 groups of 4, which is 12 minus 7. And I think you can do the rest. For the next problem, you want to use a portion web, which is this right here. You've seen this before. It's in your notes. My only hint to you is to make those loops 2 times. Which some of you don't, and it makes a big difference, so please make the 2 loops. 6-124. Draw diagrams to calculate each of the following quotients. If you need help, go through your notes. Look at chapter 6.1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. 6-125. In the figure below, this right here, the area of the shaded region is 3 square inches. So inside here, that's 3 square inches. This shaded region is a triangle, so I'm going to start with the area of the triangle before I can find the area of the total figure. The total area of this figure is a parallelogram, but I need to borrow some information from the triangle, so I'm going to start off with this triangle. What I need the most is the height. So the formula for a triangle is area equals base times height divided by 2. I'm going to color code this for you because you know I love to color code. Even though I'm far away from you guys, I'm still going to keep color coding. So base is 3 from the triangle though. So 3 times h, I don't know what it is. 2 is the same. Area is 3 because that's what it said in the word problem. So I'm going to say the whole thing equals to 3. I don't know what h is, but again, the nice thing about math is I can pick any number to test it out. So let's test out h is 6. 3 times 6 over 2 equals 3. So let's test it out and see if it's true. 3 times 6 is 18, divided by 2 equals to 9. So they don't equal to it. that means h is not 6. So try a different number at this point. All right, let's take a look at problem 6-126. Copy the following expressions onto your paper and then simplify by combining like terms. To start off, you want to take a good look at your variables. We have a couple x's in problem C. Even though they both have an x, they're actually not like terms because this one has an x squared and this one is just a regular x. So they're not alike, only the 2x squared and the x squared are like terms, and the 3x is alone, which is why I picked a different color for it. And then all my regular numbers will go together. And then part 2 says constant terms are also like terms. So many of you in your work show that 4 plus 4 is the same, but you didn't combine them. So you can actually combine them like a regular math problem. That equals to 8. And then I want to put everything else back. And then I'm going to leave 3x because it doesn't have any other terms that are like it. But I do have my x squares, which I can put together. So I have 1x squared, even though you don't see the 1 there, but it is a 1x squared, plus 2x squared, and that equals to 3x squared. There's nothing else I can combine, so that makes it my final answer. Problem 6-127. Use the correct order of operations to simplify each of the following expressions. First, you want to start off with any group state you may have. A group is represented in a parentheses, and groups always have more than one number inside of the parentheses. Otherwise, it's alone. Next part is an exponent, which looks like that. And then you have multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction. You want to make sure your work is like an upside down triangle on your final answer. No more side-to-side work, please. Thank you for watching another episode or tutorial with Coach 2. That's me. Don't forget to subscribe somewhere below.